Hey kids, Mark Miller here. We got a let's go write some code, shall we? I was going back and looking at the D&D app a few moments ago, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go back and write a little bit more code on that today. Here's where we are right here. This is the stuff we were doing this morning. I made a slight tweak to the selection mechanism here, and what I realized as I was making the tweak is that this kind of mechanism where I'm in the upper left here, changing the modes isn't really great. The mode should be essentially a combination of the two, and it should be inferred based on what I'm doing with the mouse. So, you know, that's kind of what I want to do today. So I want to look at the way this is, the way the pieces are working, and look for opportunities to optimize the UI so that I'm doing less with the mouse. So if we bring this up like to about here, I can kind of show you what's going on here. By the way, the selectors right here are now maintaining their same size regardless of how far zoomed out we are or how far zoomed in we are. So, Hugo
is in the house.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes to that. That is a surprise afternoon, late afternoon stream. I'm still without only using 3 out of 4 monitors, so my chat window's on the wrong side there. Yeah, I was like looking at this and thinking, you know what? I think I can make some progress quickly. I've got about an hour and 20 minutes before I have to stop this. So I thought, you know what? Let's try and do this now and get it working so everybody can see it. So a couple of changes since early this morning. If I have these two selected and I click outside, they deselect. If I have tiles selected and I click outside, it deselects as well. So that's feeling pretty good to me, right? The mode I'm in, whether I'm selecting the top pieces like here, those pieces, or whether I'm selecting the tiles, that mode is kind of inferred automatically. Right now, if I have a tile selection, this I think shows up automatically. If I delete the tile selection, it goes away. That's not bad. When I select these, though, well, hold on. I think that when I click this button here and it shows me all of these, I kind of feel like these should be available, except for maybe when there's a selection like, whoops, hold on a second. I want to say let's undo, but I have no undo in here yet, so I've got to do that. When I'm here, I think maybe they could be not available. When I have a tile selection, because really that means I'm going to modify that selection and change its tile background. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So the question is, when should these controls be available? Should they be available at all time? In other words, should I be able to grab one of these, drop it down like that at any time, or if there's a selection, should they be gone? And I kind of feel like if there's a selection, they should be gone. And it looks like that's happening already. But if I kill the selection, they're not there. And I need to bring them back. So I think that's what I'm going to work on now. Figuring that out, where to put that code. It's over here in the map, in the spike. Somewhere in here, I've got code for changing, for responding. Here we go, enter select mode, enter stamp mode. Hugo says, I can see that, but I can also see if there's a selection, depending on what the selection is, that it could be placed there automatically. Yeah, I don't know. So my thought is, okay, if I do this, then does that mean I'm really going to want to put a stamp in every single one of those squares? Rarely is that the case. Instead, what I might want to do, well, all right, let's maybe make these available all the time for now, and we'll decide later about what we're going to do. So enter selected mode, clear voting, list flooring. This is the part that gets rid of those two pieces, those two lines of codes there. So, so let's comment these out. And that is going to now have these always available no matter what mode we're in. Good. So now I want to be able, if I'm in this mode, I actually want to come over and click on this and change my mode. Excuse me, so I can drop it, but I can't drop it because I haven't changed the mode, I think is the problem. So I need a click here to trigger the mode. Also, there's a bug here that I've introduced since yesterday, where if I click one of these, I now no longer see it. I kind of have to come over. Is it clicking that? No, going to do it. It's like I see it the first time, and then after that, there we go. Now I see it. See how it's following me? Click a different one, and it's gone. So there's some bug there as well. I need to fix that. So we'll look into that. But this part looks good. The selection looks really nice. I like that. Like if I can click on the image. In fact, this is like another image hidden beneath the kind of curtain on the wall that I've got hanging right here. So that's kind of what's going on there. And I can just click right on that edge to get it. And I really like that. So our selection mechanism is working pretty well. It respects the Z order. So if I click above it, right here on the piece above it, I can click and move that around. Okay. So yeah, I think clicking here needs to change the mode so I can drop, because right now the drop isn't working. I could also go look at why the drop isn't working. And that's going to be, I've got something called click. Handle single tile click. I think this is where we're going. When I click, and let's see what's happening here. Step through. Oh, and let's get some music playing too. Huh, I think we want to go way back. Handle tile click. Yeah, get stamp at, handle no stamp select. It's almost not even here. This is the problem here. Okay. So I want to set this. Let's copy this line of code. I want to set that when our, I think we've got a control out here called list stamps, maybe. Let's go look at the designer. No, but it's close to this control right here. We're close to list flooring. SP stamps. Tab control. Oh, right. Stamp button click. That was awesome. Bird just flew by. Here's where we want to change the mode. So I'm going to set the breakpoint here. It looks like we're already at a breakpoint. I want to come down here and say map edit mode is equal to stamp. Now I'm going to need a way to clear that off because otherwise I won't be able to select anymore. So we'll need to fix that. So now if I drop it, hold on. I think I need to click one of these first. Now if I drop it, it should drop. There it is. Okay. Let's figure out when I click these, why am I not seeing these anymore? Yeah. I'm still able to drop them, but they're not coming down. So it's actually close to where we just were. Let's see what happens here. Click. That exists. Height and width are 0. Children, I bet, has nothing. It's got 4 children. Actual height and width are 0. That seems odd to me. I wonder if that's why we're not seeing it. Oh, I can't change this because actually that's a read-only property, I think. Well, let's continue to step through and see if we can figure out what's going wrong here. Create floating stamp. There's my known stamp. That's the new one. Adding it to the image of the canvas. What is going on with the canvas? Why can't we see it? Not sure what's happening here. Huh. That could be why. Are you ever removing children from the canvas? That's a great question. I should be, but I'm not, apparently. But I don't understand why it's not visible. I don't think I ever set that to false. Oh, wait. Visibility. Hold on. That's why it's another read-only property, though. What's visibility? It's visible. Okay. I'm really confused what is visible is. The children should be cleared on that canvas. They should totally be cleared. Let's do that. Active stamp canvas. Oh, wait. Here's my problem. I'm removing it from the content here. And that doesn't make sense at all to me. I think what I want to do instead is I want to say dot children. Why don't I see children in here? Clear, like that. And I think that's going to be better. Create floating stamp. That creates it. I think that might be my bug. Okay, so one more time. Click here. Clear the breakpoint. Oh, wait, I don't see it. Clear. Click. Why don't I see it? Oh, wait, it still don't see it because it hasn't been added. We already removed it from the other canvas and we haven't added it. So I think I can trick it back. I think this is just for, I think I can set it to null right now. We can do that. That's not harmful. There it is. Now we see it. Was that harmful though? We need to remove it from the main canvas if we're going to set it to null. Let me set another breakpoint here because I think we fixed the bug. We don't need this anymore. The setting it to null just forced us to re-add it, which I think is going to be good. I think that's okay now. Now I think we've got this. Now we can come in like that and add the pieces in there. Now we have the problem that we're in this mode and we can't get out of the mode, right? I can no longer select. And I need a way to get out of the mode. And to do that, I need to do a shortcut binding. And I forget how to do this. Whoops, view designer. Let's see what we got here. I'm just using CodeRush's tabbed index reference on this commands 100% here. Okay, So I think we're going to do something similar. Where I'm going to create a new command up here. And we're going to call this cancel stamp mode, like that. And let's create a new event handler for it. Let's rename it. And I think is that all I need to do? Oh, we need to bind it. We need to bind it to a shortcut is what we need to do. And I forget how to do that. I think if we go here. Here we go. Key binding. Escape. Cancel stamp mode. And I think that's all we have to do. And with that, is that going to be enough? We got a breakpoint there. Let's see what we have to see if that works. All right, here it is. All right, so now if I click here, might need to restart since you had an event handler. Well, I think I was, oh, I thought, you know, that's a good point. I thought I did. Maybe I did restart. Okay, so cool. Exit escape does get me here, which is nice. Now I have to, I think I have to call enter select mode. Let's see what that does. It's not selecting. In fact, nothing is selecting now. Switching from here to here worked. What? I don't get that. Oh, I know. We didn't change map edit mode. What I really needed to do is do that line of code right there. We didn't actually change the mode. Okay, one more time. So click here, drop it, and now hit escape. And now we're going to call this line of code instead. That's going to create it's going to change the property, change the mode, and then trigger on edit mode changed. That's what's going to happen there. Okay, so let's run it. Okay, good. So one more time, drop, 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 and now escape. All right, cool, not bad. Now the next thing I want to do is when I drop, I want to select the one I've dropped without changing the mode. In other words, I want to continue to be able to be dropping these down wherever I want on the map, but I want it selected just in case I want to come over here and or hit a button and move it around. So let's do that. After we've dropped one, I want to select it. And I'm not sure how to do that. Let's figure this out. Stamp select. Stop dragging stamps, mouse handling. To mouse up. I don't think it's there. It's the click. It's the single click, I think, is the starting point of it. No, but it's not here. Remember, we did this before. It's all the way back out. Before even here. Handle stamp mouse down. Boom. So we're there. Add stamp at last mouse down, force UI. Okay, so now, there it is right there. Let's add this to our, let's create a new group here. Add to favorites, new group, stamping. So I think we might want to come back here. So now that we've done that, I want to now, whoops, I want to select that stamp. It's so funny, another bird came by. That was all because of
Bushwhacker, Ava.
looks like our front overlay needs a refresh. Okay, that's refreshed. Let me reinitialize the data. When I started the show, I did it one of Ava's rolls, and the birds were slow to come out. I think because it was still loading. One more time. Wrathful Smite. Great Sword. Roll attack.
Oh, get that damage!
All right. Cool. Okay, so we need to now select this stamp. I don't know if I have the ability to do this. Let's hit a breakpoint here. Let's drop the stamp now. Drop it. Now I want to do something like this. Select stamp and pass in this right there. Like that. Let's declare the method. And I think it's going to be, at the very least, it's going to be this. Selected stamps dot add stamp. Like that. Let's see where else I'm using selected stamps and calling add on it, though. Oh, I am checking this. This is good. Hand a mouse down, select. So I think I, wait, hold on, what's this? Selected stamps, canvas gradient one, dragging stamps is, I don't want to drag them just yet, and I'm not dragging them. So how am I building the UI? Update stamp selection. This is how. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get back to where we were. And I grabbed a bunch of this because I wanted to make a decision based on the all right. Well, if we're yeah, okay. That should happen no matter what. And the idea here is that if you're holding the shift key down, selection, this get selection type is going to come in and say, well, it's add. We're adding to the selection. So what I want to do is I want to make that question because in my head I'm thinking, oh, you know what? If we are adding selection type equals, oops, sorry, I want to put this in an if statement. If selection type is equal to selection type dot add, which means the shift key is down while I'm putting it down there, then we're just going to add it. But if it is equal to replace, meaning no shift key is down, or maybe better to say if it's not equal to add, if anything other than that, then we're going to say selected stamps dot clear. So we're going to clear all of those stamps, and now we're just going to, each one we drop will be the selected one, unless we hold the shift key down and drop, in which case we'll add to the selection. which will allow me to shift, drop, 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 and have a whole bunch selected and then rotate them or do whatever I want to do in common, move them, that sort of thing. Now I've added it, and then I just need that line of code that we saw that I think the marker's still out, update stamp selection, like that. And so now I think this is just going to work. Didn't work. Huh, okay. Let's figure out why not. Oh, it's this line of code right here. It's causing the next one to not be executed. Okay, try now. Oh, we still got a problem. How is the stamp in there? Wait. Add stamp now. Hold on. This is my problem. Hold on. I'm passing the wrong stamp in. I got it. Hold on. At least I think I got it. All right, let's run it again. I'm passing the wrong stamp in here. We don't want to do the active stamp because the active stamp is kind of like a template, a prototype that's dragged around. We want to put this stamp in right here. This is the new one in. So let's introduce a local for that. Call it new stamp. And we're going to pass in new stamp in there like that. Let's see if that works. There we go. Sweet. Now it's in. I can hit escape, click and drag it to move it. Nice. That's what I want right there. All right, so let's go in. Let's grab features. Let's grab something big. Let's like decorate this one right here. First, we're going to double click this. Like that. That selects the room. This brings this UI up, which means I can grab it. Now that I've got that room selected, I can select the flooring style for it. Now I can grab a feature, click on the feature, and now drop it. Now with it selected, I can rotate it. Sweet. That's what I'm looking for. Hit escape and then click away. That's not bad. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, that is not bad. Not bad, being able to design these pretty quickly here. All right. Let's see, hit escape. Let's put it over here. All right, next thing I want to do is I want to take these buttons and put them here. Oh, actually, there's another bug I want to fix really quickly before I do that. I'll show you the bug. You don't see it with stamps that have an aspect ratio that's relatively square, but you see the bug with rectangular, wide, or tall stamps. So here's the bug. So you can see there's the selector around it. Watch what happens when I rotate it. The selector's not updated until I zoom in or out. So after rotating, I need to update the selector. See that? The selector's not rotated. If I hit escape and move it, selector's updated. So we need to update the selector when it changes size or rotates. I think I've got a rotation here. And I need to just update that selection UI, the stamp selection UI. Let's see if we can find that call with IntelliSense. I think that's going to be what I need right there. That and one of these here for the other, the right and the left. Run. See if that fixes it. That fixed it. Sweet. Nice. This image is over in furniture. Let's go open that up. It's these benches right in here, these marble benches. I'm going to go ahead and open these up. I want to change these images. I want to make them, you can see they're pretty big. They've got a lot of empty transparent space around them. All right, while those are opening up, let's work on the next piece, which is I want to get these buttons here and here. I think I'm going to have to kill the app. Let me kill the app a second, because I want to make a change to the XAML that is, I think, not supported by hot reload, which is up in the resources. I actually want to reuse the resources for these two buttons right here. These buttons I don't want to create here. I want to create them dynamically and on the fly. Is what I want to do. I wonder. If I can take these out of here. I essentially want them as resources and I don't want to parent them to anything. I want to change the parenting later. That's what I want to do. I just paste these in and give it a key or something like that. What do I do? Yeah, let's add it a key. X key is equal to, I'm going to give it the same name. Button rotate left. And this one, it's a CodeRushed template here, XK by the way, does that X key for me. All right. So now I've got buttons that I can now access, and I think I want to, do I want to share these or not? I don't, maybe I do. I think I thought there was an is shared property, shareable or something like that. Nothing is coming up when I type in share. Is it x:share? What that is. Do I have an XS? Oh, look at that. X.shared false. I can say true here. Look at that. A bird. Got something slow going in there with regards to those birds flying, isn't it? Kind of a little bit crazy. So I'm going to say share to true in case I want to have multiples of these up. So now I've got the button rotate right and left. Now the question is, how do I get these out and use these? It almost looks like I know what I'm doing. I just want to point that out because, you know. Uh-oh. Again? No! No! Come on! I think you're way too happy about that, Pudding. Pudding, how you doing, buddy? Glad to have you here. Mark's back. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, can I rotate multiples at the same time? Yes, is the answer. We can do that. So we just have to have multiples selected and hit it. The question is, how many, do I want to have multiple buttons next to everyone? I don't think I do. If I have a multiple selection, I really just want to put the button, 2 buttons there. So I did say shared is true, but actually now that I think about it, I don't need it. I'm going to take them out. Let's take that out of there. Okay, so we've got the 2 buttons. I forget, how do I get a resource? WPF, Windows, resources, control, in code behind? I don't know. Okay. 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 User controls find resources. This resource. Is that a static method, I wonder? I hope it is. Or not. Is it going to be, oh, it's going to be window dot, I bet it's not static. Okay, so we need to add that. So what do I got here? There's the word UI in it. Update stamp selection UI. Let's start here. Corner. Okay, here's where we're doing these pieces. All right, cool. Okay. Add stamp selection. Rect is there. And now those are my resize corners. And now I want to be able to add the other buttons. So we'll say add stamp selection buttons, I guess. Like that. And I'm going to pass in every one of these parameters. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to need it. Left, top, right, and bottom. Okay. Now, if I add it and then clear it and remove it, and I go back and add it again, are we going to have a problem or not? We're going to place one on each selected stamp, though. Oh, wait, you're right. You're right. You are correct, Hugo. Thanks for the pair program assist there. Yeah, I wouldn't have figured that out for a while. Okay, let's not do it here. I still want that function, but I'm not sure where I want it yet. Hold on, let's step back. Yeah, I think I want it something like this. And then I want, that might work out well visually as an Uber selection square, which encompasses all selection stamps. That's what I'm going to do. One resize, I'm not going to do one resize handle for all. Wait, hold on a second. One resize handle for all. No, I'm going to have individual resize handles is what I'm going to do. But individual ones, I'm going to make it work just like this works right here. So if I come in and resize one, I resize all like this. But they have individual pieces. And then when I resize it, these pieces will kind of line up with the edges like this. This will come in here, come in the middle of the image, that sort of thing. If this is the one that's selected. Now, if I have multiple selected, I think this is coming out over here. I'm not sure what I do with multiples yet, to be honest. I might more want to put these all close together. Yeah, it's hard to figure out the multiple solution on this. I was thinking about putting them all off to the side. Not entirely sure yet what I'm going to do. Let's just see if we can get one button to show up here. Pretty sure there's a way that I can get the get stamp selected bounds. That's what I'm looking for, right there. Okay. That's what I meant with Uber Square, so it encompasses them all. In due time, though. I like your plan to get one showing up for now. Yeah. All right. Top. This one's going to be width. Using selection, duplicate selection here just to get the rest of these pieces out here pretty quickly. Okay, so now we've got get those bounds. Add stamp selection buttons. I've got width and height here. Let's just throw in width and height instead. Like this. Let's go into here. Change this to width and height. Just curious, can I do this? There we go, cool. Didn't have to type that in. CodeRushed remembers that I'm converting width to height in this file. I want to declare these two pieces down here. So right is equal to width minus left. Bottom is equal to height minus top. Stamp we don't need anymore. Okay. It said sample code over at Stack Overflow. Oh yeah, I contended it was going to be window or this dot find resource. There it is. And the name of it is going to be that key that we have over here. Button rotate left. As button. Let's give it the same name. All right. Whoops, not a quotes. All right, so there's our button. And I think we're going to find that. Then we want to parent it. The only problem, the question I have is if I parent it to the canvas and later just clear everything, that's going to clear its parent so I can re-add it. I think I'm going to be okay. I'm worried about a problem that I've sometimes seen in WPF where I add a control more than once. And I guess if we have that problem, we'll have to go look and clean it up and fix it. So at this point, I need to add it to that canvas. I forget what I've called that. It's the stamp something canvas, stamp selection canvas. .children, .add, button rotate left, and I'm going to need to, I need to do something here. Let's size this button. The button size is not defined. Let's define the size. Let's make it 36 by 36. Do the same thing right like there. Button rotate left and button rotate right. Next, I want to do, I need a constant here. This is going to be the button size, I guess. The stamp button size. Stamp button size is going to be 36. Now I need this because I need this for when I'm, look at that, another bird went flying by. Kind of fun. Now I need to use this when I am positioning the controls on that stamp. Selected stamp. No, what is it? Stamp selection canvas, the one at the end. That's what I need. Okay, anytime we add a control to this, here. I need to change its left and top right here, the set left and set top, to this plus that. Because I need to give myself enough space in the upper left to put the buttons, is what I need to do. Also, similarly, we need, whenever we move it, we've got to adjust it left and up by that amount. So I'm essentially adding a margin here to this. Okay, let's keep going with the, looking for children.add on this. There's another one. This one we're just going to keep right at 0, 0 because it's the upper left. Selection rect. Here we go. Left. Sorry. This plus. There. Those are the only two adds we have, I think. We took care of both of those. Then we have a function out here called drag canvas. Here. Shoot. I could fix it here. I don't want to add an additional parameter here. The problem is I'm calling it two different ways. Wait. Let's fix it like this. X offset and Y offset, like that. That was selection, duplicate selection right there. And now we're going to add, eat that to each one, add plus X offset plus Y offset. Like that. Let's default both of these equal to 0. Then in drag canvas, for the active stamp canvas, we're not going to do anything, but for the select one, we're going to pop in negative stamp button size, I think, for both of these. So that means it's going to go a little bit left by that margin. I have a feeling pretty good about that. I think that's correct. Now, is there any other place I needed to modify? I'm not sure. I'm feeling like there's a shot this will work. Let's go back to the buttons. We want to make sure the button code is finished. There it is right there. I think there's a shot this is going to work. And I've already got my event handler for it. We'll find out soon if setting event handlers for buttons inside of resources, right, in the XAML is going to work for us, right? Here's my rotate right button as a Windows resource. All right, here it is. Let's drop one of these down. It's selected. Uh-oh. I don't see the button. And on top of that, it moved this up. It's like the stamp is in the wrong place. Hold on. I think we missed one of the stamp pieces here. The one of the children add calls. So no, I didn't. It's not explicitly here, but it's going to be in another method. Let's see if we're passing this as a parameter anywhere. I'm not seeing it pass as a parameter anywhere. Oh, wait. Yeah, the stamp selection canvas only has the selection controls on it. It doesn't actually have the stamp on it. Okay, let's hit escape. So when I click on this, I've just added the wrong way. I've gone in the wrong direction. Is that true? I think that's what I've done. Looking for a set left on this. Oh, are we not moving this? Okay, Hugo. Thanks, buddy. Talk to you later. See you tomorrow. Stamp selection canvas. This thing is simply full on added and lined up in the upper left. So my concerns about moving things on it really aren't warranted, it looks like. Looks like I was wrong about that. Okay. That means the buttons, could they be on? They're just in the upper left? There it is. It is there. Right up in there. I don't see it anymore because I think I lost my selection. Okay, there it is right there. Good news. If I click it, am I going to rotate? Am I going to get my breakpoint? Button left click. Set a breakpoint. Click. Nice. Okay, good. So we're not far off. It's just that my assumptions about the active stamp were wrong. Let me stop this a second. I don't need to do this anymore. Don't need this. Don't need this. And I don't need this or this. Okay. I think we still need this though. Okay. So now let's go here. Now we need to do a canvas.setLeft call on this. Canvas.setLeft. And it's going to be the button. Button rotate left. And its position is going to be left minus stamp button size. We're going to set top, and the same thing here, although this piece goes to there. Like that. However, it's going to be equal to stamp button size divided by, is it zoom and pan control dot content scale? There it is right there. Okay, because I want the buttons to always be the same size regardless if we move up or down. So the button size, we have to scale it by what we're zooming in and out by. And I also have to come in and set the size of the button. I have to come in and say button rotate left dot width is equal to button size, and do the same with its height. Let's run that and see what happens. Oops. Got about 12 more minutes. Okay, running. All right, let's drop one of these down. Nice, and as I zoom in and out, the button stays the same size. The thickness of the outside edge, though, is not great. Also, I have to escape to click it. Now I can click it. So that outer stroke thickness is problematic. Yeah, it's causing a real problem. I say I kill that. I kill the, there's like a couple of these. What is going on here? It's the margin. There's a margin piece that's happening as well inside of here, I think. Let's go look at that control. I see no margin. I'm going to kill the stroke on both of these though. Or alternatively, I'll scale it. I kind of want to kill the stroke is what I want to do. There's the rotate left. I'll do that. And I'll do that. And does that hot reload get it or no? No, I don't think a hot reload got it. Let's run again. Yeah, I can also adjust the scale of it, but I've got to name that control. I've got to name that piece and go find it. It's going to be a little tricky. All right, here we go. Click, click. Still a margin that's going on here. It's in the way the button declares itself. I think. Yeah, there's something going on here in the button. The button, let's see if we can see a WPF button template. I want the actual one. I want to see what. What's the actual one? I wonder if I were at the word actual in here. Okay, fine. Let's do this. Get the template, because I want to see what I need to manipulate inside of it, and it's super not clear. And although they did say I could find the correct MSDN page, that would be nice. Interesting. It said progress bar, but I'm looking at like what looks like a button. Wish I could go full screen on this, see everything. All right, let's try one more time. WPF button default template. That's got to be out there. Whoa, did it say these are not actually the defaults? I feel like it said that just before I clicked it. I was reading that. Huh. All right. So I'm back over here. All right. miss it. What are you trying to do? I want to get the default template of the button. I'll show you why. Because there's something going on in it that I need to fix and change as it scales up and down. And I need to scale that thing as well, whatever's in a default template for the button. Give me a second. When I run this, you'll see it. Yeah, I need to know the button's default template because I think there's a margin in there or padding that's happening inside that template that's not scaling as I scale it up and down, and it's causing problems. So here's the demo of the problem. I drop this down here like that. That creates a selection. It also gives me a button up at the upper left. As I zoom in, watch what happens to the button. So the physical size of the button relative to the screen is still 36 pixels by 36 pixels. But that icon inside changes depending on what my zoom level is, right? So I want that. I'm looking for the default template so I can figure out what these little distances are here and what they're called. I'm sure they're in the border for the template. That's my guess at least. So the idea is I'm gonna use this code to save it. And then I'm gonna open it up. So let's do this. I can just, well, I stopped it. All right, no biggie. So we'll do this type of button like that. It looks like I need a sample text writer. An XML text writer rather. And let's put this in let's put this out here. Here's my button default template.xml. Okay. And let's call this, let's just throw this call right up here for now. And we'll set a breakpoint. Get that data and then take a look at it. Going for about another 10 minutes. Then we'll go radio to somebody else. All right, here it comes. Should be able to just hit escape now. All right. Boom, saved. Let's go look at the data. Okay. Well, I got a margin here that's hard-coded. Stroke thickness of 1 that's hard-coded. That's in the control templates rectangle. It's a little tricky to solve. So that's my problem space. That's it. This is a stroke dash array, which indicates it's the dashed line. How's your zoom work? Zoom is based on a zoom and pan control that I got off of a, hold on. Zoom in, pan, control, I think is what it was, off of Code Project. This is it from Ashley Davis. Started with this and made some modifications to it. Control padding. We've got more problems. Yeah, these all kinds of problems here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to solve it this way. I'm going to solve it instead. I'm not going to make a button. I'm going to make a different kind of thing is what I'm going to do. Let's go over into the XAML. Let's kill the app. Let's undo the pieces to get my strokes back. Because I think those are going to scale actually okay. The problem wasn't here, I think. But let's make it so it's not a button. Let's make it a view box. Because then we won't have any of this other stuff on it that's gross. Do the same thing here. And take that out. And I bet that fixes the visual problem. Yeah, just take that out. Now, the problem is I don't have a mouse down event handler on here yet. So I'll have to fix that. Oh, that's not good. Oh, okay. This is no longer that. It's a view box. Let's set our event handler too while we're at it. Mouse down. Wait, let's make it, I think I've got the button. Huh, it's a different one. Okay, fine. Viewbox mouse down. Let's go rename this. Like that. We have these two we can get rid of here. Here's my rotate right. Okay, let's go back over here. Do the same thing with rotate left. Drill into it, rename it. There's my rotate left, mouse down, drop a marker. Go grab that code, selection increase. Whoops, not quite there. Selection increase here. Kill this, since we don't need that anymore. Paste it. Now run. Did I have any extra button references? I'm wondering. I'm going to cause problem. All right. We'll find out soon enough. All right. Click, drag, or drop, I mean. All right. Zoom, 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 zoom. There you go. Visual problem is solved. Okay. So now we can zoom in and everything scales except for, okay, whoops, we don't need this anymore. Set a breakpoint here. And we're going to kill that line of code. We don't need that. This we can delete. Delete as it makes you happy. Delete when you feel like it. All right, clear this. Oops, through the breakpoint, and run. Okay, so click away, click on it, and now if I click here, I should be able, nice. I can rotate it like this. Sweet. All right, now let's get the other buttons on. How much time do I have? I think I may have a few minutes. Let's look at the all right, here we go. Let's put the second one on. So rotate left is here to here. Actually, maybe not yet. Let's do a introduce local here. Call this X. Introduce a local here. Whoops, I didn't want to extract a method, sorry. I want to introduce a local here. Y. And I want to take it out of this mess. And I want to extract this as a method. And this is going to be create button. Like that. Let's promote this to a parameter. Okay, create button. Let's reorder parameters. Okay. Next, let's do button rotate right. And that's all good. Let's take some Y here. Let's inline these temps because these are going to change across the board. I think, is that true? The Y is actually like a top row here. So I'm going to say top row like this. Top row is there. So left minus button size gets me this. This is going to be right plus button size. That gets me the second one. Let's see if we get that button now. Run it. Huh. I don't even get that, why that didn't work. The X is super negative. Hold on. This is my problem. Okay. I go on a date now. Have a great afternoon to stream, Mark. All right. Thanks a lot, Pudding. Have a good date. Genre pudding. Nice. Okay, so I think that's going to fix it. There it is. Why is it so far away? Right. The plus width. Oh, it's just not plus button size. That's my problem. There's actually a pudding song. There we go. That's the correct coordinates. And now, good. Now I can rotate to the right or rotate back to the left. And the buttons are right there where I want them to be. Right around the piece that's selected. You might not want to listen to it on stream. It can annoy 99% of your viewers. All right. Now, if I select both of these, well, it's not bad. Having one on the side, one on the other side. I'm going to be okay with this for now. Cool. All right, I think I'm going to call that a stream. Short stream today. Well, it was a bonus one, short bonus stream. I got to get some more stuff done. I'm going to go work on some of that other stuff. But we've got a blog coming out for CodeRushed. I think it's going to be out tomorrow or Friday. So look for that. Let me, in the meantime, let's go see who's out there right now. Really? Wait, is this real? I'm not sure it's real. I'm going to refresh over here. Are those guys still streaming? Let's see what happens now when I click on the raid channel button. Yeah, it wasn't real. All right, let's send you over to Robert Tables. We're going to go do that right now. And we'll see you tomorrow.